Welcome back, race fans. Tonight, the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series Harpoon design unloads in the Irish Hills of Michigan in season 14, round 19 here tonight. After tonight, only 2 races left in the regular season. Then we'll head into the chase for the top 16 drivers. 10 races, and the top driver after those 10 races of the top 16 will be your champion. Myself, Joshua Medlock. Will Roberts again joining us tonight. Will, man, we got a pretty good field out here tonight, buddy. Looking pretty stout for these guys. I mean, they're reaching 195, 196 miles an hour by themselves. What do you think of the draft? Maybe 200, 202?
Good possibility there, Joshua. These cars have, as we see a good hard lick. Someone missed the pit road. These cars have always predominantly been fast here at Michigan. They don't run with the typical restrictor plate package that you would see at a place like Talladega or Daytona, so that's what separates this 2-mile oval from those 2.5 miles of just sheer madness. But, you know, this track always has had speed. Whenever open wheel kart, has came here, or even these stock cars, man, just true speed. That's what this place was built for back in the late 60s, and it continues to show it even to this day. And at one point, these cup cars were reaching, I think Marcus Ambrose qualified on the pole back in the COT era, yep. 219, 221 going into turn 3, I think. So
that is fast. The COT car of tomorrow, I believe you're talking about there. But yeah, I mean, that is quick. Thank God they're not going to be hitting that speeds here tonight. It could be pretty bad, but 200, 202 is still bad enough.
Yes, it's still a good speed to manage, and yep. The drivers say it's a handful at the peak of its performance. The top speed of these yep. cars. So got to be very careful.
Oh, yeah, definitely so. Well, I got the point standings up here tonight, folks. That's the first thing we're going to take a look at. Well, Mark Whitley is up at the top at 770. Gary Slapinski is in second. That's where he's going to stay, 761, 9 only behind Mark. Kyle Heath going to stay in third at 706, 64 behind the leader and 55 behind Gary. Chris Paff in fourth at 662, 108 behind the leader and 44 behind Kyle. Philip Bridgman, who's actually the quickest in practice right now, is in fifth at 588, 182 behind the leader and 74 behind Chris. Robbie Darnell in sixth at 556, 214 behind the leader and 32 behind Philip. Jason Adams up a spot into seventh at 544, 226 behind the leader and 12 behind Robbie. And we do have a tie for that 8th spot between Brandon Sheets, who's down a spot, and Robbie Stewart, who is up 2 spots. Both of these gentlemen at 512, 258 behind the leader and 32 behind Adams. Zach Duchier up a spot, cracking the top 10 and 10th at 497, 273 behind the leader and 15 behind Stewart and Sheets. Keith Hurlbut down 2 spots in 11th at 488. Now his time is coming to grab a win here, folks. You just wait. And I think he'll do it between now, tonight, and the next 2 races left of the regular season. That is one of the guys you're going to have to watch. Like I said, he's in 11th at 488, 282 behind the leader, 9 behind Zach. Jeff Gilmore, another driver I would keep my eye on, is Jeff. He's currently in 12th here in the point standings, 473 behind the leader, 473 points, 297 behind the leader and 15 behind Keith. Larry Blair, hungry driver right here too, in 13th at 415, 355 behind the leader and 58 behind Jeff. Jim Coleman-Spurger is up a spot into 14th at 410, 360 behind the leader and 5 behind Larry. Hunter Hayward down a spot into 15th at 403, 367 behind the leader and 7 behind Jim. Brad Delph up a spot into 16th at 388. He is going to be 382 behind the leader and 15 behind Hunter. David Cassidy down a spot into 17th at 369, 401 behind the leader, 19 behind Brad. Clifton Ashley up a spot into 18th at 313, 4:57 behind the leader, and 56 behind David. Brandon Hartwell down a spot into 19th at 3:11. 4:59 behind the leader and 2 behind Clifton. And Christopher Campbell is going to round out the top 20 and 20th at 3:03. 4:67 behind the leader and 8 behind Brandon. We are right at 3 minutes, folks, here in a practice. We're going to go ahead and step aside. We'll talk more about the points and get to the pre-race analytics right after the national anthem into qualifying. So stay tuned, folks. The national anthem provided by Madison Rising.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket train, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Qualifying is underway. We'll take a look at qualifying here in just a second, but right now we got the pre-race analytics pulled up here. Not much of a wind out there, 2 to 3 miles an hour roughly, air tip of 71, track tip of 96. Now they are going to be pulling 100 laps here tonight, 200 miles. Click the wrong button. Our stage here tonight, well, white flag will be at 40, checkered when they hit 41. Definitely could play a factor into the race here tonight, but I think it's going to be about those tires here this evening. I'm not really concerned about fuel per se. We'll talk about fuel here in just a second, but tires, they only get 4 sets of tires, Will. They got to save that right front. I did a race out here at Michigan this week. Tires, right front tires was key here, and I think they're going to have that same issue here tonight.
Yes, trying to just eliminate, like you said, that tire wear, just how you could not aggressively turn into the corners, I guess you could say, but the speeds that these cars are carrying going into the corners doesn't help that right front either. So, like we mentioned, by themselves, they're running just over 190, 196. So then if they run in the draft, they're going to run a few mile per hour more, get into that 200 range, maybe over it. So, yeah, it's going to be low profile, no sidewall pretty much tire here in the Cup Series of car on iRacing now. So, yeah, that's another thing. So yeah, like you say, tires could be key and king here. Also, how it could space out, who can kind of manage that better, faster, not have to lift as much, or maybe just pedal it. But yeah, Joshua, good thing to worry about this evening. I do agree with you there, tires. So fuel, that's another question.
That is another question. That's a big question, Will. And I even got it here at the pre-race analytics. Our pit road speed's 55 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70. We're coming down to the wire here of qualifying. They got fuel 75%. Now, I don't know. Some people are saying 50 to 60. Others are saying, I'm thinking more on the lines of 30, 35, possibly 40, Will. I don't think they can go 50, 60 laps. Now, I could be wrong, and I'm sure Brantley will chime in on that here in just a minute once he hears us. But, I don't think they can go 50, 60 laps. If they can, that's a shocker to me. So, Zach,
I'm in your boat with you.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of people are. It looks like Zach Duchier is going to grab the pole here tonight. Now, it's not confirmed yet, but I think with about 20 seconds, 17 seconds to go, I believe he's got it. Austin Slayer's out there, new guy to iRacing, and looks like new to SRU. But we're going to go ahead and get Zach down here real quick. Awesome job by Zach grabbing the pole. Zach, buddy, got a copy.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, it's a going, buddy. Well, looks like you're going to grab the pole out here tonight, man. Congratulations with a 38.593. What a lap there, bud. But talk about it. Michigan, tires, they wear down, that right front. Fuel could play a factor, I think, but I think it's going to be more about the tires, bud. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. That second lap was a boomer for sure. I think, like you said, it's going to be about tire management and keep it in the draft for the most part. It's going to be a long race, but we're going to try to keep 20 Ford out front tonight.
All righty. Clean air could play a factor into that, too. You know it as well as I do. Zach, congratulations on the pole here tonight, buddy, and good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get them on the grid here this evening as, whoops. I'm trying to figure out a good, there we go, camera 3 will work. Well, all right, well, the MaxspeedTV starting grid, Zach Duchier with the 38.5, that's going to be good enough for the top spot. Again, congratulations to Zach on pole. Mark Whitley going to start on the outside of him in second. Kyle Heath third. Jason Adams in fourth. Austin Slayer slaying it up to fifth here in qualifying. Jeff Gilmore in sixth. Chris Paff seventh. Philip Bridgman in eighth. Brandon Sheets ninth. Lewis Mitchell will grab the top 10 in qualifying. Mark Emery in 11th. Keith Hurlbutt 12th. Brad Dell 13th. Larry Blair 14th. Robbie Stewart 15th of the qualifiers. Non-qualifiers, David Cassidy's going to start 16th, Kevin Roy 17th, Jim Coleman Spurger in 18th, Clifton Ashley 19th, and Paul Buzz Cohen in 20th. Christopher Campbell, we're rounded out here tonight in 21st, but man, I think we are in for a show here tonight, Will. What do you think?
Well, indeed, it lots of anticipation for this race, and just the speed that these cars carry. I know we just harping on it, but 18 degrees of progressive banking. That means that gives these drivers loads of options, loads of just different lanes to go and choose from into the corner. So maybe you can carry that speed a bit higher, and that way, you know, you can have more throttle time up high carrying that momentum.
Yep.
Down low, you might have to, you know, pedal a little bit more, maybe stay out of the throttle longer from your corner entry. So it's all about setting up the corner to have that momentum to carry yourself down these straightaways here at Michigan to keep that speed up.
Yeah, got to keep the speed up for sure. We're down into 3 and 4 here, folks. Pull those belts tight one more time. That pace car coming out of 4 will dive off to the safety of pit road. 1 lap here tonight for the start of the race. Zach will be getting us going once they enter the Geico start zone here tonight. The green flag comes out. Pace car's off and away. Here we go, folks, into the start zone here for the first time here tonight. Green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We are racing in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Already, Kyle Heath kind of taking advantage, I would say, of that low side. Trying to get it up to second here. Oh, battling the 77 already here, Will.
Yes, that advantage of just kind of being that third car in line behind the leader. And, oh, but that's tight, really arrowed tight in turn 3 and 4. Contact was made.
Yep, that sent the 77 up to the wall. Now the 24 coming up on the 13 and inside of the 77 here. Man, oh man, Chris Paff. Let's see here, Philip Bridgman, Austin Slayers has moved back some, but, you know, you give him credit. He's new, fairly new, so, you know, he's still learning, but, hey, glad to see him out here slaying it up with these guys. Pun intended there.
Yeah, with a name like Slayers, I don't know how you can't throw a pun in there, too.
Whoa, man, we got some bumping and banging right around Chris.
Kind of like what Zach alluded to, you know, all about trying to stay in the draft, in a pack. This race could kind of just cycle out, you know, to some drivers.
Whoa!
Oh, Gilmore with his hands full on the bottom.
Yeah, it's Gilmore, and it looked like there was another driver back here that was losing speed. Believe it might have been the 5 of Philip Bridgman that was up into the wall. I can take a look at his car here real quick and see. Oh, yeah, look at that damage on that right side. Now, I don't think it'll affect it too much, but I don't know how hard he actually hit it. So we'll see. It looks like he is, it looks like okay for now. They get no resets. So they are going to have to, you know, be careful, be patient, let the race come to them if that's even possible. Asmaro out there, Brantley Roden. I know I see you, Gomez. Larry Blair, Keith Hurlbutt was in chat here, but now they're out here racing. So glad to see you all out there tuning in. Asmaro, yeah, I know he's got a new paint. on that machine right there. So we'll talk more about that later. But guess what? We got a new leader. Kyle Heath up front has led his first a lap. Looks like Zach falling back a little bit, back into third. Mark Whitley back up into second where he started. Chris Paff up from 7th to 4th here, 5 laps into this race. It looks like getting a little bit single file here. Don't see a whole lot going on. As I say that, I know they're going to make a liar out of me, Will.
Well, there is a little bit of separation here and there, but we do have quite a few battles going on. Kind of like what I was saying earlier, I didn't think it was going to be this quick that we had little distinct little groups. Jeff still struggling out of turn 2.
Well, I think he was coming up on the 14 pretty quickly, and he didn't want to get into him, which is a smart move by Jeff, kind of backing it off, getting as low as he could. You know, he did lose
Good point.
he did lose a little momentum, but he kept that position he was at. But yeah, did want to get into the back of Brad Delph. He wanted to kind of, okay, you know, just let it ride out. Now, if it was the white flag, you know, I know Jeff is not a racer that will wreck somebody intentionally. But, you know, after the white flag, you're coming to, a possible best finish you can. You know, you're probably going to end up rubbing a driver or two. So, but Jeff is one of those drivers I think we got to really watch. I mentioned that earlier, Jeff and that guy right there in the 19, Keith Hurlbutt. But we got to watch everybody out here too, folks, because we only got 2 races left after tonight in the regular season. So, but right now, man, the front 4, it looks like, kind of breaking away a tad bit from the 5th on back. Not a whole lot, only about 0.6 of a second. But, man, we got some hard racing in the 4. The 2 connect together. And there is no caution yet. There it is. There it is. Oh, and they're wrecking.
More trouble.
Yeah, they're wrecking again. Well, we're going to have to go back and take a look at what happened here. Now, it brung me to Larry Blair in the 73, but it actually started, I believe, up here with Mark Emery and the 2 of Brandon Sheets. Everybody, I think, was just trying to dodge it because they didn't know where they were going. But we're going to check it out right here with the 2 and the 4, and it looks like they just might have got connected together here. So a little bit of a rewind here. Looks like maybe a pinch up into the wall, but, you know, right up here, ooh, the 2 might have got loose too, but I'm not sure. However, regardless of what, happened there, it was the 2 and the 4 get connected together. Then we've got to kind of go back here to the 73 of Larry, because right around here is where, there is where the 10 and the 17, that's where that started. And that sent the 13 took a lick into the wall as well as the 10.
Yeah, they all 3 kind of met there down on the bottom. Larry probably thought, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to be safe. No one's going to get me. I'm going to get through it. But I'm lifting. I'm going to avoid everything. Clifton kind of had a Days of Thunder moment, and he was just going to, all right, it's up there. I'm just going to drive through it. And they all just gradually kind of came down and just met, trying to drive through the crash.
Yep, and, went a little bit too far on that camera angle there. All right, well, coming off of pit road first, it's going to be the 13 of Kyle Heath. The second's going to be the 77 of Mark Whitley. And we got Chris Paff, Zach, Austin, Jason, Jeff, Brandon, Keith, Robbie Stewart here. That's the top 10 off of pit road. I don't think nobody stayed out. So, but man, oh man. All right. Yeah, I don't know where Tara is out here, Brantley. I'm sure she's out here somewhere. Brendan, how you doing out there, buddy? Glad to see you. Well, let's see here if we can get our first interview in. How about we go with the 22 of Chris Paff here real quick. Chris Paff, buddy, got a copy?
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, man. Well, I know it's early, but we had our first little incident there, man. I just want to kind of get your take here early on how the track feels, how your car feels, how the tires holding up after about 9 laps or so. What are you feeling?
It's definitely free. It's loose, but loose is fast, man. And I like it when it's on the edge of out of control like that on the exit. The entry, it's not quite as free as it is on the exit, but it's slippery out here.
So you like it slick, huh?
Absolutely. Tight. I do not like being tight. Tight's not fun. Can't race.
Oh, yeah, definitely so. Well, good luck out there, Chris. I know we got a long way to go here tonight, buddy, so good luck, man.
I appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, there she is. Tara is out there. I just interviewed Chris, so let's hope we don't get that you-know-what.
Yes, I have no idea what the you-know-what you're talking about.
It's called the broadcaster's jinx.
Oh, see, I was trying to play along with you, and
Oh, I thought you were actually serious.
it's okay.
It's all right, man.
So-
We'll only worked together for about 3 to 4 weeks, folks. Still getting used to having another person up here. So, well, how about you get us going here, buddy? We're coming down into 3 now. We got Kyle and Mark up front, so get us going here, man.
So, yeah, just getting done. We're going to first caution of the evening, so going to get restarted lap 11, taking 12 here. So Kyle Heath going to be control car, or at least leading them to the green. I think Chris might have gained a spot in the pits during this. Thank you there. Green flag in the air on this restart. Pretty even Stevens restart too. Similar to like the initial start of the race, it was pretty even. So I really endorse pretty even starts and restarts. It looks really awesome if you're going to do it double file. So
yeah, it looks like Chris pulling it right up in front of Mark Whitley. Mark giving him a little bit of a shove there. Man, we're seeing the speeds here. 195 miles an hour down into turn, almost at turn 1, turn 3 actually. And I'm sure not only Mark Whitley, but Zach, I think everybody was hitting that 195 mark. I know we got some battling back here going on. 19, the 24. We got Jason Adams, Keith Hurlbutt. We even got some side-by-side back here. Brandon Sheets back out here on the track. Battling the 14. Is that the 14? Yeah, that was the 14 of Brad Delph there. Brad's going to make the pass over him. Battling behind them, Jim Coleman-Spurger, the 3 of Robbie Stewart. So Jim back into that Folgers coffee paint there. Hopefully he don't mess it up here again tonight.
really running that high lane towards the wall, trying to get that lane to come in. So if you can run it right, you can really carry probably the best momentum you can off the corner. So
yep. I'm seeing Christopher Campbell here in the 68 coming from 21st to 13th. So he's moving up just a little bit. I say a little bit. You know, it's quite a bit of spots already, and we have a pass for the lead. Mark Whitley did get around the 13 of Kyle Heath, so Mark Whitley up top here, and he's looking to lead his first lap here tonight. Going to be coming to take a lap 15 this time by. Mark Whitley has a bonus point there, but single file all the way until you get back at around here to Chris, side by side. Boy, look at that 19. Hard charge! Oh, go, Keith! Oh, Keith! Keith, you should have not come down, buddy. Oh, no! Oh!
maybe the car could have got a bit twitchy on him.
It could have. It could have.
Because they were really scooping up out of the corner there. That was the exit of turn 2. That transition from
man.
turning into one, trying to get the car to plant, and he got to get it to rotate. Seems like he's a bit skew.
Now let's see
Uh,
here. I'm going to turn the camera here, and we're going to get a better angle on it. It looks like, well, it looks like right. Oh, he might have gotten a little loose right there, but he did come down for sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know kind of what happened there, but yeah, Keith did come down. Could have got a little loose. I'm not sure, but the 14 was right there. Oh, golly. And yeah, contact made. That, of course, spun the 19. The 24 is going to get a piece of it. The 11 got a piece of the 14. And golly, man. And just one of those things. Golly. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get back up here live. And I was just saying, I hope Jim don't mess up the paint again. But he did. As soon as I say something, he does it. I'm just going to have to keep my mouth shut from now on, I guess.
Looked like a light, rough scrape, if there is one, on the Folgers machine.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, just a little light, rough scrape. All right, well, let's see here. Looks like Jim is going to be coming down pit road here. Let's go ahead and take a look at that little damage. Oh, yeah, he looked like he hit a small tree out there is what it looks like. Oh, man. Trying to turn that thing into a Corvette. Sorry, Jim. I'm picking on you, buddy. Man, I don't know how bad the damage is. It looks like he is trying to get most of it fixed. Hopefully, it's not required repairs, Will, because you know if it's required and you go down pit road and you get your pit box, it will not let you go.
Right. If he was able to drive it back to the pits, so you know the one concern is if he got that dreaded meatball flag, I think that means you would have required repair. I do believe so. Yeah, very tricky with all the repair model, and it, man, yes, like you say, you got to sit there, and sometimes having to sit there is just worse than being. It's so hard to explain.
Yeah, and it looks like he got it fixed. Oh yeah, now it doesn't look like he got hit. Now it doesn't look like he hit a small tree.
So
he did get it fixed. You know what? How about we find old Jim here and bring him down?
yeah, that
here.
would be perfect to bring Jim.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Jim. Well,
Hey.
earlier it looked like you got popped by a small tree there, buddy.
Things happen. Things happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, talk about it, man. I know you really kind of had no reaction time there, buddy, but talk about your races so far. You know, what do you got to do here tonight?
Pray certain people wreck. That's about it. I'm just trying to cruise, man. Have a good time. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, sharp looking paint is always out there, buddy. You know that. Will,
Thank
you
you,
got
thank you.
anything for Jim here real quick?
Well, you know, I was just kind of watching you there, Jim, kind of just cruising like you always do. If you are somewhere in the top 7-6, you know, trying to get a better position towards the end, when would be perhaps like the go time, Jim?
10 to go.
10-4, I agree. So good to hear from you. Good to see you, Jim. Hopefully you can bring that Folgers machine back up there.
All right. Hopefully I don't have too much damage. I hope my pit crew fixed whatever was there from that tree I ran into, and we should be fine.
All right, Jim. Good luck, buddy.
Be good,
Just
guys. Thank you.
trees.
Yep. All right. Yeah, pick it on, Jim. I always do.
Just wrong place, wrong.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that whole wrong place, wrong time slogan thing.
Yep, you know, and he was, you know, he just could not, you know, get that car slowed down, and you know, everybody's trying to dodge what's going on, and you know, you got cars in front of you. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, it's
Exactly.
you don't have any time to react. But hey, pace car will dive off here to the safety of pit road. Mark Whitley, Kyle Heath, Zach, Jeff, Austin, Chris, Brandon, Brad, Robbie, and Christopher all up in the top 10 here. Pace cars off and away. Coming to lap number 20 here tonight, folks. And coming into the Geico start zone, here we go. They got to go on green at all times. Green! Back out once more here tonight. The Sim Racing Elite Cup Series Harpoon Design. And a big shout out to Brantley Road again out there, sponsoring the series here this year, or this season. of season 14, round number 19 here in Michigan, presented to you all by MaxspeedTV, and already picking up speed. They're not at the top speed yet, but they are definitely picking it up side by side behind them. 22-43. Looks like 43 is going to find a spot right in front of the 2 of Brandon Sheets, and here comes the 14.
Yep, Brad Delph looking to that inside, trying to get to the door, get just a bit of side draft down the straightaway, then get away from him, like you see there. Not sure if the 2 cars going to have the momentum on the high side to come back around out of turn 2. Oh, just, yep, barely clears him
Yeah, I think the
out
2.
of turn 2, so.
I think the
Yeah.
2 might have scraped the wall just a hair. Not enough to cause any major damage or anything, but probably enough to slow him down because he just lost another spot to Christopher Campbell. Well, they're still battling it out here for that 8th position as we got battles up ahead of them again here too. Golly. Even a battle up front. Whoa! That was close.
Yes, Mark Whitley with a big wobble. Zach even had a wobble right behind him. I don't know how the top 3 runners did not wreck there on the back straightaway. And it's just unbelievable. As Kyle Heath gets to the back spoiler, that back bumper of the 77, able to get there, get down, and complete the pass. Now Jeff Gilmore.
3 wide at Michigan, folks. 3 wide Jeff Gilmore. Where in the world did he come from?
That was a power move because he had a good whip of the draft down the front straightaway. And when cars get side by side, really slows the progression of the cars side by side. So that means that the car behind can come with an substantial, huge run, big mile per hour boost, and have that momentum to attempt to pass. But he got up there side by side with Kyle Heath and kind of slowed that momentum down. Just had to catch it eventually.
Yeah, man, they are stacked up
Brad
here.
Delph
We're going to go 3 wide again.
To...
Oh, no. I think the 14. Yep, 3 wide again. Barely, but it's still 3 wide. 77, 75, 14. Yep.
You can see the cars on the high side coming off of turn 2 really have the advantage, have the momentum if they can keep it up and be able to pass anybody just about that are just trying to attempt to pass on the bottom. You can just carry so much more momentum, just keeping up that high lane if you can.
Watching Austin Slayers, man, this dude right here, you'd think he's not new to iRacing the way he's racing. Jeez. He's keeping he's keeping where he, oh, here we go, 3 wide again. Austin on the outside. Oh, that 3 wide didn't last long, but it was Austin, Chris, and the 68 of Christopher Campbell there. Didn't last but, maybe a second, and it wasn't like a huge 3 wide, but, oh, yeah, a little wobbling going on up front here. Man, golly, they are neck and neck. Now, we've been up front for a while. I know that's where the action's at. Just going to check on everybody else to make sure everything's hanging out. Oh, Jason, Keith, Clifton, and Larry all on pit road. Ouch. Oh, man. Let's see here. Yeah, they've been all on pit road roughly anywhere between 7 to 16 minutes. Ouch. That could, unfortunately, cost them the race here tonight. We still got 17 drivers, 16 drivers that are on the lead lap. So go ahead. Well, side by side for the lead.
Yes, Mark Whitley taking it back to Kyle Heath. Got some momentum built up. Looking now to the inside. He's going to have some help from Brad Delph to the inside. Now, Austin Slayer slaying the bottom lane now. He wanted to go down there.
Austin! Oh, no! Oh, no! Brad Delph going to be involved in this, and I think several more are also going to take a piece of this action. 43 of Austin Slayers. Right there was Zach Duchier and the 14 of Brad Delph. Let's see kind of what happened right there. 14 or 43, I said 14. 43 was coming up. 21 was right there. Man, that is a close battle here between these two. I don't know if somebody, got into who. I don't know. Somebody slid up. I don't know if the 43 slid up. Ooh, looks like Zach got loose.
Well, I was going to say, I think the 14, Brad Delph kind of just has a bobble coming off of the corner. And then the 43 kind of slides up the track on corner exit towards Zach. I don't know if he got there in time to dump the air off the car or not, but Zach does get a bit loose coming off the corner, and everybody just meets.
Yep, right there it was. Yep. All right. Well, that's going to collect the 14, 43, 21, and it also collected the 75 as well of Jeff Gilmore getting a piece of the action.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. And you see these cars flying through here. The 3 flying up through here. That's Robbie Stewart. Man.
Jim Coleman'sberger gets by the 2. Kevin Roy.
All right. Well, back up front we go. How about, okay, he's on pit road. Mark Emery is not on pit road. Let's go ahead and get Emery down here. Mark Emery, buddy, got a copy?
Going on.
Hey, man, we're currently running at 8, started at 11th. Man, it's been one heck of a start here tonight, buddy. So, man, talk about it. How's your car feeling? How are you feeling? And, man, what do you got for these guys? Are you just trying to survive the mayhem side-by-side out there?
Well, I mean, yeah, we had a rough start. We got into one of our teammates there. It kind of put us up into the, started going up towards the wall and tried to turn out of it, power out of it, just couldn't get into it, and that caused the first wreck. That put us a lap down, and we were able to get that back, and now we're back up here in the top 10. So, I mean, the car's fast, the guys are good. I mean, I can't really ask for a better day at my hometown track. So.
Oh, hometown track, huh? So you're the hometown boy right here, huh?
Well, more like home state, I guess I should say, not hometown, but yeah.
Close enough. Well, I know we got a long way to go here, buddy. How's the tires holding up for you? I know usually that right front's going to be the problem, but how is it holding up?
Yeah, I mean, it gets the hottest, it gets the most eaten out of it, so it's definitely going to take its beatings. Definitely going to focus on that right side as far as our tires are concerned, because, we only get 3 sets here, so got to use them wisely and drive it wisely. But it's a fast track, and it's gonna push, so you just got to be smart about it.
Gotta be careful. All righty, Mark, we'll let you get back to it here, buddy. Good luck at the number 4, sharp paint out there, man. So, we'll see what happens. Like I said, bud, long way to go.
Definitely. Go Navy, beat Army.
All right. Go Navy, period. All right. Mark Emery there, the number 4, as they are going to be getting side by side. Pace car lights are off. We got Keith, Mark, Chris, Christopher, Brandon, Jim, Robbie, Mark Emery, Austin Slayers, and Kevin Roy. That's the top 10. It looks like Austin might have not had a whole lot of damage on the 43, which is a good thing. Yeah, he could, get it down the pit road, get whatever damage is fixed. Whatever damage is there fixed. I'll get it out in a minute. All right. Well, go ahead and get us going here. Will, Kyle, and Mark back up front to the 73 DNF. Well, he hasn't completely taken his car out of the race here, but he is on pit road, 21 laps down. He's been on in his pit box roughly almost 21 and a half minutes. So it's a rough night for Larry Blair. Go ahead and get us going here, Will.
Yes, indeed. Larry kind of involved one of the early incidences, so really a shame. So restart here, coming to lap 30, so roughly 10 laps to go, give or take 11, till we get to the stage. Kyle, Heath, Mark, Whitley leading them to the stripe. Green flag back out in the air. So pretty even starts, I suppose, when they do go on green here. So
Yes.
Man, I really do like that. That is so cool. Anywho, so Chris Pratt able to drop down in front of Chris Campbell there.
Door to
Try-
door. Oh my gosh.
Yes, intense racing tonight between Kyle Heath and Mark Whitley. Kyle Heath really has taken it to him here this evening.
Yeah, he's
And-
bumping and banging that 77. 77 up into the wall.
I think Mark Whitley was just trying to get away from him and ran out of real estate there.
Yep, Mark's going to fall back here. Kyle, Chris, Brandon, Christopher. Man, oh man, things up front got a little smoky there for a moment. But everything's all right. Everything's still going. Man, I got to say Austin Slayers, though. I know I've been talking about this dude ever since we started, but man, this kid right here, I don't know if he's a kid or not, but sounds younger than me, but man, he's driving the wheels off that thing. Ooh, the 19 down low. That is Keith Hurlbutt, 12 laps down, trying to just get the best finish you can. Just hanging out, doing his thing, letting the leaders go by. Smart move. Ooh, boy, 51, I believe that was. Paul Buzz Cohen was coming up on him, and good thing Paul went back up.
Good to see Paul in the race. I think I heard he had been having some issues, something to that effect. Not been able to race, but good to see him out in the field finally.
Oh yeah, Robbie Darnell out in chat here tonight. Hopefully your electric's back on there, buddy. I know you've been having some electrical issues today. You said in the Discord. Hate it that you missed the race out here tonight. I think you would have loved it. But, you know, technology, electric, you know, things happen. Are you having some storms out there, bud? I know we got racing going on. We got Campbell, Mark Whitley, Brandon Sheets right here together. Mark Whitley's driving it right back up through him onto the outside here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, he's coming, trying to get back up through the field. Austin, Zach, Chris, all right here together. Let's go ahead and real quickly check the rest of the field here. And I got to get back up front because I think things are going to start getting a little bit more heated back there too, or up there as well. So let's go ahead and jump back up front, figure out what's going on.
Kyle Heath with more of a diamonding effect into the corners.
Austin Slayers up to third, just gave the 21 a shove there, Will.
Yes, big momentum run from the 43 to the 21. Like you said, they both had a good drive off of turn 2. Something did occur with Kraft and I believe Whitley. They might have had it coming together. Something occurred back there off of turn 2 and just gave the 21 and 43 one heck of a run. Enough momentum to get by Kyle Heath. So it just kind of seems like the lead can be ever changing if you can get the right run. Oh, there's Whitley and Heath.
Whitley and Heath, yep, right there together, third and fourth respectively, yep. Let's see, Brandon Sheets is right behind them too, so we're going to see kind of what transpires. Brandon looking like, is he going to shoot down to the inside? No, he can't get that car down there enough. 77 got a pretty good run out of 2 there. Mark Emery, Robbie Stewart, they're going at it back here for that 10th spot. The 3 just gave the 4 a lick. Ooh, and Robbie Stewart up into the wall. Oh.
Evasive maneuvers trying to get by.
Yep. And Clifton Ashley has taken his car behind the wall here tonight. He has officially called it this evening. He will get ready next week, folks. Watkins Glen road course action. Well, that is going to be a make it or break it race for some of the drivers trying to get either into the top 16 or trying to get into the chase. So definitely have to keep an eye on that race. A battle up here again between Whitley and Heath. That is a battle for third.
Third and fourth.
And Whitley's got it, but man, all right, we got it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get up here to Zach and Austin because, you know, Will, here in about 2 laps, we're going to be at the stage. 3 laps, right? They're 8 to 9, 40. Okay, at the completion of 40 to 41, so technically 3. We're going to get all the Austin Slayers up to the top here, folks.
Yeah, he had a power move. He had a good run on the 21 down the back straightaway off of turn 2. He took that chance, kind of peeked out into the left lane, and just carried that momentum into turn 3. Yep, Zach doing a blinky moment.
Yeah,
so
he needs to check his blinker fluid.
Oh my goodness. So Austin trying to snake now down the back straightaway, coming to take the white flag for the stage.
Yep, white flag will be in the air this time by. We're going to see who's going to take it, Austin or Zach. Zach
had a really good turn 3 that turn. So
all right, white flag in the air, 1 to go for the stage. Who's going to get it? Austin, Zach, or is something going to happen up here? Mark Whitley going to take it? I guess we'll find out. We got Mark, Kyle, Brandon. I mean, anybody could still get it.
Zach could have the momentum right now coming off turn 2. Looks like he's going to have a run.
Well, we're about to find out.
Nothing's really going. Can he have the turn in?
NASCAR boy out there saying use the bumper. Well, white flag's in the air. If we get a caution, that'll do it for the stage. But Austin Slayers, oh my gosh, he is going to grab the stage here tonight, taking away stage points from everybody out there. Congratulations to Austin Slayers on the stage, a win here tonight. Wow. Droving it like he stole it, and I think he did.
Yeah, pretty impressive run from, I guess you could say, a new face, a new driver to the SRU competition. So,
okay, his name is Sailors, but I call him Slayers. Whoops. That is my fault, but he slayed it. It's Slayers to me, folks. It's Slayers right now. Austin Slayers.
Wait, so what's his real name?
Sailors. S-A-L-Y-E-R-S. Sailors.
Yeah, we've been pronouncing it correct the entire time. Don't worry, Joshua.
It is Slayers.
It sounds better, don't it?
I guess. All right. Well, they caught up to the pace car. We'll figure it out here in a minute because we're going to get him down here, and we're going to talk to him.
Let's get him to pronounce it for us real quick.
Exactly. Well, we will. I'm going to let him pit before we do that.
Yes, indeed. But, yeah, good run. I just kind of deemed that caution that came out to kind of set this run up that we saw. That was just a really a racing deal. These cars that we saw that got caught up in it, they were fast competitors, and 2 of them were able to kind of get back up here in the fray of things. So
all right.
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, I'm in chat. Yeah. It might be, I know Brantley out there was saying Salayers. Robbie was saying Salyers, Sailors. Well, it's Slayers, folks. It's Slayers. But we'll get Austin up here in just a second because, man, he stole the stage out here. Hey, he's out here racing too, folks, so he has just as much right to do it. So let's go ahead and drag him down here. Austin, buddy, do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got one.
Hey, Austin. Well, it's Joshua Medlock, Will Roberts up here in the MaxspeedTV booth. Now, I've been saying your name as Slayers all night long. Even Will has been doing it. but you're going to have to say it for us.
It is Salyers, but I'll take it as a Slayer.
Well, that's what you are. You slayed the first stage out here tonight, buddy. Drove it like you stole it up to the front. You got the stage here tonight, man. Looks like you have a very fast car out here tonight, buddy. Talk about it. Man, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling nervous but confident on the long runs. I'm just out here to put on a show.
Are you heard you earlier, kind of new to iRacing?
3 months new to iRacing.
Oh, wow. Wow. Man. Well, it looks like you've been driving for years. Do you race in real life?
I do not race in real life. I've been league racing for about 5 years now. I'm new to PC racing, like iRacing, but a big NASCAR heat, kind of guy when it was before iRacing.
Which console were you on?
Xbox.
Xbox.
Gotcha.
Well,
gotcha. 10-4.
Austin, man, I know you guys are getting double fouled here, man. You got a real fast car out there in the U.S. Air Force 43 machine. Man, keep it going. We got still a ways to go here tonight, buddy. So good luck out there, man.
Thank you. I'm going to try to do the best I can to give everyone a show.
All righty. All right. Well, that was Austin.
Well, nice introduction. And
yeah.
Even with that last name, I'm still going to be pronouncing it wrong. So.
Yep, just pronounce it Slayers. We'll just go with Slayers. Why not? All right.
Even though he said it, that seems difficult for me.
Well, all right. Well, we've got Austin Phillip up front. Phillip is actually our leader, so that is going to be our front row here. Jeff Gilmore, Zach, Brandon, Kyle, Chris, Paul, Lewis Mitchell, Christopher Campbell rounding out our top 10 here. So that pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road here. We will be getting back underway here, coming to lap 45 here this evening. Pace car is off and away, coming into the Geico start zone here tonight. Here we go, folks. Green back out once more here tonight. And I still don't think they can make it to the end. I believe they will still have to pit. So, but as they hammer down here and the front two kind of not really break away. Uh-oh, we're going to have a yellow. Uh-oh.
What transpired there?
I have no idea. 51? Ooh, that was Buzz. Something happened to Buzz going down into 1 here, or the middle of 1 and 2.
Could have lost a sync or connection with his wheel or pedals or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but boy, he come right hard up the track, right in front of the 68. 68, nowhere to go. It's going to collect the 0-1, the 11. Looks like the 4 also going to get a piece of it. Golly, I'm going to have to figure out exactly if everybody else got out of it, and they did. But, man, oh, man, several drivers going to get involved in this. Oh, a Guns N' Roses paint. That was what Paul was running. That gummit.
Maybe know the issues that Paul was facing. That could be a good reason why he possibly hasn't been racing for weeks. Could have had some. That looks like to me like a connection issue, maybe with like steering or pedals set.
It could, or he just got loose off 1. You know, I see NASCAR boy out there. He's mentioning it, and very good possibility.
Yeah. Through like turning into turn 1, I could see the car just, that turned too good, just just turning into the corner, the rear end just came out. Lots of different things could have transpired there.
Oh yeah.
Just
All
crazy.
right. Oh yeah,
Crazy.
crazy. But I mean, it's just hard racing. You know, hammer down and go for it. Well, let's see. Whoa, 21 likes out there. 22 watching right now. Wow, thank you everybody for that. Not only for MaxspeedTV, but for these guys over here at Sim Racing Unleashed. Robbie Darnell is out in chat. He sees every single thing on that. So, man, thank you all for the 21 likes. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, golly, that's amazing. Well, let's see here who we are going to... How about we pull up Zach here real quick? Or did we... He was our pole sitter, but we're going to go ahead and get him up here again anyway. Zach, got a copy real quick?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, well, you were battling out Austin there for that stage, buddy. But, man, talk about it. It was a crazy race up there, man. How's it feel now, 47 laps into the race?
I still feel good. This car is really good. Hopefully get a green stretch here and I can show my dominance again.
All right. Well, we know you're fast. We can see it, buddy. So good luck out there yet again, man. Keep it going and keep your head up.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. All right. And go ahead and get, I mean, he was battling there with Austin. So, I mean, why not get him up here, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, I'm
just always. Oh, you're good. I was just going to say, always seems to be a good amount of tracks that just certain people are just good at and can just have good driving lines on, like basically the lines you need to be successful at these different types of all sorts of different types of tracks.
Yeah.
The different angle to banking that they have.
Oh, by the way, folks, we do have a Crank It Up cam here, so just letting everybody know out there. I know some people out there love Crank It Up, so. Well, Philip Richmond, Jeff Gilmore, I said watch him. He's up here. He's there. Austin Slayers, he's in P3. Brandon Sheets, Chris Paff, Zach Duche, Kyle Heath, Kevin Roy, Robbie Stewart, Mark Emery, Brad Delph, Mark Whitley, David Cassidy, Jim Coleman, Spurger. Man, we got a lot of drivers on pit road, unfortunately. Man. Christopher Campbell has taken it behind the wall. Get us going, Will.
Yep, Philip Richmond coming down, going to lead the field to the green. Jeff Gilmore to the outside. Let's see if he can match the restart. Oh, Austin with a bit of a caught sleeping, maybe in the wrong gear, perhaps. Big push looked like from the 2 car to the 5. Everybody trying to make it through turn 2.
Whoa! I think Austin and Robbie Stewart going around. Whoa!
We didn't make it through turn 2 successfully.
Some of them did, but not all of them. Man, I want to know what happened to Robbie here because he's doing donuts back here. Oh,
I think there was a bit of a logjam checkup moment. There was just
yeah, something was going on up front here. There's Austin. There's Zach.
I think Robbie could have got loose just by kind of on the exit there. It looked like perhaps.
Let's kind of check what happened up here. Like you said, there was a little log jam right there, but
the 2 kind of came across the nose of the 21, possibly taking the air off his car, that way kind of coming up the track into Austin, and that transpired there. Then maybe this could have been a checkup moment. Robbie could have saw what was transpiring in front of him, maybe trying to get up out of the throttle to avoid it, getting loose, getting all sorts of sideways. And
the Ford just smacked him.
Yeah, Mark Emery, nowhere to go.
Oh man, oh man. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Stewart there, but we figured it out. All right, we'll back up live. Philip, Jeff, Brandon, Kyle, Chris, Zach, Brad, Austin, Kevin. Mark Whitley, Mark Emery. Mark Emery is actually on pit road. Robbie Stewart, of course, on pit road. David Cassidy, it looks like, will be getting, is he going to get one of his laps back here or no? He is 2 laps down. Yeah, he's going to get one of his laps back here. So that is going to put Cassidy just 1 lap down now. And if he gets back around before Stewart gets back out, David will take that position away from Robbie Stewart. That would be for P12. Well,
So 2 cars, 1 lap down.
Yeah,
at the moment.
Let me see here if we can get Kevin Roy down here. Kevin, buddy, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kevin, well, Medlock and Will in the broadcast booth, buddy. Well, you're back here in 9th inside of the top 10, man. It's been a pretty hectic race out there tonight. Talk about it. Talk about your car. How does it feel? And what do you got to do out here tonight, bud?
Well, you got to find clean air. That's the first thing you got to do. Horrible, dirty air. That's why you see everybody getting loose off the 1 and 2. And just got to keep your front end clear.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel you on that. Will, you're bleeding through again, buddy. I don't know what the deal is. But, yeah, it's, you know, yeah, clean air is a big key, Kevin, and I think you know that. How's the battling around drivers? How's that side draft? How is the aero, the draft in general, real quick?
It's actually not too bad. If you get somebody on your right rear, you get a little loosey, but it drives pretty good actually. Fresh tires, the longer the run goes, you know, more of a challenge it is. But I think the car drives pretty well.
All right, Kevin. Well, you guys are double file here, ready to go back green. So good luck out there, Kevin. And man, let's see what you got for these guys. I know you got something.
Thank you.
Yeah.
10-4.
Good luck, bud. All right, Kevin Roy. I don't know why that bleeds through like that.
Did I fix it though? For the time, like.
Oh, I'm gonna talk here. No, it's still coming through. But so I'm not entirely sure. Whoa. Now you're definitely coming through. All right. Okay, you're not now.
Okay, it's better.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, it's somewhat better. Yeah, somewhat better. All right, well, Philip Bridgman, Jeff Gilmore will be the 2 getting us going here. Philip is actually our leader, so coming to lap 53. When that pace car dives off to the safety of pit road, the Geico start zone, they got to go on green. So here we go. Pace car is off and away. Making it 70 miles an hour down the front stretch here into the Geico restart zone. Here we go. Green is out, and we are back underway here tonight in the Silver Racing Leash Cup Series. Harpoon Design Season 14, Round 19 here at Michigan. Presented to you all by MaxspeedTV, and I'm trying to figure out what Philip's doing.
No, as the race leader, he's just trying to get that turn into the corner for him, so just trying to get that right angle.
Oh, Philip got a good jump. Wow.
Well, these guys back here battling side by side, excellent close quarters racing here at Michigan. Brandon Sheets there side by side with Gilmore and Chris Pratt down low. Got Kyle Heath, then Zach Goyster.
Three wide right here. Golly. Man, oh man. Well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I know they're 3 wide. And I guess it's Robbie put it in chat here, and everybody can say, oh, 75. Scraping the wall here. Jeff Gilmore, he's going to lose 1, 2, possibly 3 spots if the 12 can get around him. Jeff is falling back, but Robbie out in chat here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and say it since he's the one that said it. Says the next person who causes a caution before 10 to go is suspended next week. So looks like Robbie going to step his foot down here tonight. Yeah, we had a blinker there, NASCAR boy. I know. Whoa, Brandon Sheets. He's up front here. Man, he got a little squirrely. Whoa.
Yeah, he got crossed up in his own slide job he was trying to complete. He had it complete, but then just coming off the corner, that wheel trying to turn back to center, did not like coming off the banking like that, way up high.
Whoa,
that
somebody's
transition.
engine just blew. Might have been on pit road. I don't see anybody. Okay. Sound it might have come. Oh man, Jeff Gilmore, he just hit 198 miles an hour, folks. Just throwing that out there. Wow, 22. Oh, everybody's trying to dodge it here. Golly, almost 4 wide there, 3 wide as the 5, and oh my gosh. Woo!
Yep, Michigan's very wide, but it's wide to a
oh my
fault. You
gosh.
can run out of racing room fast, and that's kind of what transpired there, Joshua.
Yeah, Mark Whitley
We're
and
still trying to get it straightened.
yeah, Mark Whitley. I thought they were going to go 4 wide because I did see the 24 of Jason Adams in the mix there. He's 11 laps down, but thought for a second they were going to go 4 wide there. Robbie out there, I was kidding, but seriously, LOL. Oh, I didn't know. You're the one that said it in chat.
Oh man, Zach taking this momentum when he just got that run way down to the bottom. Oh, how did the 77 not come around right there? Wow,
yeah,
just
exactly.
mind blown. Brad Delph back to the inside, crossing up Zach in the 21 car. Trying.
Jeez.
Gonna run out of that momentum. Zach's gonna have it on the high side, so Philip Bridgman trying to come back into the picture. Side by side, Mark Whitley, Chris Pratt. Mark Whitley on the outside, going to take that position away going into turn 3.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The 22 could get a run, but he's got the 21 to his outside here. Now they're battling out for position. I don't think the 22 of Chris is going to be able to get that run as of right now, but very good possibility. Brandon Sheets has led 4 laps. Brandon, Kyle, Mark, 1, 2, 3. Zach not too far behind them. Here we go again. A battle for P2. 1377, door to door, side by side. You can't fit a toothpick between the two to make their way down into 3. 77, golly. 77. Got around the 13.
Now he's looking away by Sheets in the 2 car, trying to get that side draft down the front straightaway to just edge that nose into turn 1, but everybody's on that outside lane. Is he going to just keep going back? Is he going to stall out there? Can he find? Oh, just tight racing there for second place.
Yeah.
Trying to stay on the door of Kyle Heath on the corner exit of 2, but now he's kind of just going to lose a little bit of momentum. He's going to drive it really hard into 3 and 4.
Now I'm kind of watching the front. I need to check the back here is what I need to, and I'm going to do that real quick. Got to see where everybody's at. 3D battles going on. I don't see any. We'll get back here to Jason. Lewis is further back. Keith Hurlbut out on track. Jim on pit road. Paul on pit road. Larry on pit road. The only driver that is on the track, or drivers that is on the track 1 lap or more down, is David Cassidy, Robbie Stewart, Jason Adams, Lewis Mitchell, and Keith Hurlbut. So 1 lap down, 4 laps down, 11 laps down, 11 laps down, 13 laps down, and that is it as of right now. I don't know, Robbie. Yeah, he didn't show up tonight. I think he was having to take the week off or something. I don't know. Well, watching here, Brad, Chris, Mark, all right here together. Zach, Kyle, Brandon Sheets, lap 62 of 100. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to do it here tonight, folks. So let's go ahead and whoops, hold your britches out here tonight, because I think You all know what time it is. Let's go bring the noise out here tonight. Crank it up on Max Speed TV. Alrighty, Gomez out there cracking me up. Alrighty, folks, we are back. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the Crank It Up cam there. I know they were a little bit spread out, but I think we got a pretty good Crank It Up there. And I know, Will, I know you was probably, you couldn't really watch it, what was going on. But looks like everybody there kind of minded their P's and Q's. But, you know, we still got a whole lot of racing left to go. A potential battle for the lead once more between Brandon Sheets and Kyle Heath.
Yes, Kyle Heath going to have a bit of help, it looks like, from Zach in the 21 if he decides to go down there and venture to help. But very, very tight battling up here at the front of this pack. A good, Brandon Sheets getting all crossed up there again, coming out of turn 2. Just this front pack at the moment kind of broken away from the rest of the field that we have. We still have a few drivers a little bit further back, but at the moment this front field just kind of taking our eyes, just kind of gazed at the moment, just breath away. So, man, Brad Delph and Kevin Roy back here just lurking in this front pack. Zach Deuscher really trying to find his way by Chris Praff to get up there back towards the front. So good battle for 5th and 6th right there. Mark Whitley seems like really been challenged all night by Kyle Heath. So
Kyle back up front, 21, 22. There's the 2. Golly, man. You know, Kyle Heath has got that clean air right now. That's the thing I think that's kind of helping him out a little bit is that clean air. One thing we haven't really talked about tonight is the entry points for each driver. You know, each driver has their own entry point when they let off, when they get back on the gas. You know, you've got to, when you're racing this close, you have got to be careful. You've got to acknowledge that the driver in front of you may lift off, you know, slightly before you do. And, you know, so you don't really want to get into the back of them. But Mark Whitley here is the 21. Just gave him a shove there. Trying to, it looks like, push him around the 2 of Brandon Sheets. Kyle Heath still leading the way, but 77 is not going to be able to go. Oh, 77 did get loose. Yes, he did.
Big moment for Mark Whitley there coming out of turn 2. Like you say, every driver has different entry points, different lifting points as well. So, like you say, got to be mindful for that. Very difficult to try to place the car where you need it while you were in a pack of cars or a big battle group of cars. So got to be mindful. Spatial awareness really comes into play at moments like this.
Look looking at a sharp battle here.
Yep.
Man, Mark Emery and Austin Slayers were going, oh, no!
Contact back here further in the field.
Yep. Oh, Mark Emery.
Looked like we already had one in the wall,
Yep.
and Mark nowhere to go in.
Ooh, right there.
Just having that transition up out of the corner.
Yeah, it looks like
something happened to Jason.
Yep, something did happen to Jason. Yep, we're going to get on it here. Yeah, it looks like
Possibly
Jason
just got up out of the groove into the wall, and
man, the 4 was just hammered down and just nowhere to go. And whoops, that sends the 4 around. I don't know how the 43.
He was able to cut down, keep control of the car.
I don't even know how the 17 didn't get a piece
Yeah,
of something.
David Cassidy, wow, just excellent driving by those two competitors, those two drivers there.
Yep. Yeah.
Trying just to get through it.
Mark Emery kept it off the wall, so the little damage that he has is going to be coming from getting into Jason, and it does look like he's got some damage on that machine here, still under the MaxspeedTV replay. So I don't want to stay on this too long, but you know, I do believe they will be coming down pit road here. Yeah, 28 laps into it. We're at lap 71 here tonight of 100. We are going to go ahead and take a look at our caution numbers here tonight, minus the stage, because the stage caution did happen when the stage happened. So that really don't count. So in total, we have had 7 cautions, 6 regular cautions, total of 18 laps, 29 laps to go with 10 lead changes. I still think it's anybody's race. It looks like we got tires going on for everybody here. Kyle Heath is going to be off and away first, it looks like. Brandon Sheets in second. Zach third, Chris fourth, Mark fifth, Kevin Roy sixth, Brad seventh, Mark Emery is back out here in eighth, Austin Slayers, sorry, that's his name, in ninth, and David Cassidy, it looks like is coming down pit road here and sliding it into his pit box here, so well, Robbie Stewart has been on pit road for about 54 seconds. Well, let's see here. Wonder if we can talk to David. No, we can't, because he is not in Discord. What about nobody, because they're going to go back green?
Oh. Oh, hey, Jim got back out there. Good to see Jim repair the car, get back out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for some of these drivers, the broadcaster's jinx struck some of them. If you believe in it or don't, some drivers do, some drivers don't. You know.
Yeah, it can. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. It feels like it can most certainly be a thing, because even in real life, you know, you're watching a race and, oh man, that car is doing real good, and then right after, not too long after they talked about it, something happens, and now it's not doing too good. So it happens a lot for sure. It seems like you know, either or. So what's to believe? You know, I guess if it does happen, it happens. So.
Oh, get us going and lead the way coming to lap 74 with Kyle and Brandon up top here. Will, I'm going to let you take over for a minute.
So coming to 26 laps remaining in this race. Kyle Heath on the bottom, Sheets on the top in the 2 car. looks like Chris Pratt ready to give a push if he can get there, but green flag out in the air. Big push from Mark Whitley, sending 21 of Zach Deutscher into Kyle Heath, giving that bottom lane a heck of a start. So as they funnel into turn 1 and 2 here, Mark Whitley going to get up there. 2 sheets battling for third place. Zach in the 21, trying to get momentum, trying to get that run to Kyle Heath. Everybody battling, though, further back. Chris Pratt having a moment. Mark Whitley finally getting by. Sheets there. Looks like Kevin Roy in the 5th position. Brad Delph and Austin in the 43. They're going to have a look.
Oh, look-see, but looky, who's coming? Trying to get back up here. Slayers. May.
Yeah, he showed earlier he does have a capable piece underneath him, so now he's there in that lead draft. What's he capable of in the closing laps? One would have to believe everybody would be good to go on fuel and tires here at the end. If you do have an extra set left laying around that you have tried to save, maybe you could put it on late caution in like towards the end, but that's still a guessing game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Justin, go
whoa,
ahead.
yeah, I'm just looking
Yeah,
here.
big moment
Man.
here.
Woo.
Sheets lost his momentum. I think he might have been trying to battle with Whitley, and that's going to allow this big run we see. Kevin Roy gets by him. Now Austin looking to the inside.
Don't think Austin's going to be
happening
able to,
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Austin's going to be able to do it. It looks like. I mean, he's trying. Whoa, pushed up just a little bit, but there was enough room there. So, whoa.
I think he was still trying to give space to Brad Delph. I guess he thought Brad was there. Or just that, like I said earlier, turning back to center with the wheel. Just being in this dirty air, man, that car is a handful.
Yes, it is. Top three, top 5, still pretty close together back here with Brandon Sheets. But, you know, I've been watching Austin here. He's been battling here with the 14 of Brad and now the 22 of Path. You know, 2 great drivers with the 14 and the 22. Austin, you're trying to, you know, get to know these guys, brand new to iRacing. So, but hey, he's doing one heck of a job out here, I got to say. And he's right in between 2 great drivers, like I said, the 14 and the 22. So we'll see here if Austin can figure out a way to get around the 14, or maybe he'll back off and let Chris go by and maybe try to make one last push. But I think right now, I mean, you don't really want to give up any positions as we see the 12-2, the 14, Kevin, Brandon, Brad, they go at it. It looks like Brad kind of losing a little bit of momentum there on the inside. Ooh, 14 to the 43 go door to door. Ugh. Kyle still leading the way with Zach right behind him, though, Will.
Yeah, Zach probably just lurking there in second place, just riding, biding time, waiting. Mark Whitley, though, just third place, just trying to bide the time too. But man, leave this run from Kevin Roy that he has gathered. But there's Austin right there in the 43, not letting him go. So that, man, Brandon Sheets, everybody, just pick a name out of a hat, see where it's going to be.
Good question.
Because
good question.
Now we got a couple of guys trying to look down low now.
Yeah, I want to check on the other guys back here. Looks like Jeff Gilmore kind of got a breakaway here from Mark Emery. These guys are a little bit spread out until you get back here to David Cassidy, Philip Bridgman. It looks like the 24 is right up ahead of them. Boy, I just seen somebody's speed just drop. Oh, Austin Slayers. Yeah, his speed dropped, and he dropped all the way back to 8th. It doesn't look like there was any type of like harm, no foul there, but we could do a quick MaxspeedTV rewind here and find out what happened to Austin. And it looks like right there is where that kind of transpired. Good save by Austin, keeping it from spinning. Goes down low, lets everybody go by. Back up live, here we go. It looks like Austin's still having a moment with that car, trying to get that those tires kind of cooled off a little bit.
It always hurts the tires when you do a big slide like that. Also hurts the momentum that you had, so you gotta, it can take multiple laps to gather that mindset back up, gather that racing line that you had.
Yeah, looks like Kyle fell back to 3rd, Zach up front, Mark in 2nd. That would be Mark Whitley. I know we got 2 Marks out here. We got Whitley and Emery, so I'm trying to, I got to remember if we got 2 of the same name to say their last name, or it'd be, or it'd be a little bit confusing. So, you know, better be out there. Which Mark you talking about? Well, you know, if I say the last name, it won't confuse the fans out there. Hey, we got 23 likes out there, though. Hey, guys, awesome job. Awesome job. Now, I know she's probably out there somewhere. She hardly ever talks, but I try to give her a shout-out when I can. Olivia out there. Olivia Delph, that's Brad's wife. So big shout-out to her. I know she's probably tuning in here tonight. So thank you, Olivia, for that. It looks like Brad's under fire here from Austin, too. So we'll keep an eye on that, the timing screen.
Yeah, that battle ensues, just continuing back there.
17 to go. Whoa, lights just flickered. Ugh, that ain't, ugh, hate that.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And we don't have any storms either, so I think it's just the heat and everything. And it's supposed to, yeah, it's supposed to be cooling down here. We're supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow instead of the low 100s or mid 100s. We've been hitting 105s for the past few days with the heat index of about 115. So
yep.
I'm ready for the cool down, folks. I really am.
It has been hot the past few days. I do agree.
Gomez, you're nuts. Might be chess now, but 5 to go. It'll be Call of Duty, spelled D-O-O-T-Y. Oh, man. All right, well, here we go. Mark up front, but Kyle, Zach is right there. We're going to see what transpires up here. It's go. Whoa, Mark Whitley tagging the wall here. That's the 13 and the 21. Oh, man, and the 12. Might as well throw Kevin Roy, Brandon Sheets in the mix here, too, because they're right there.
Yes, the top 5 all under a small blanket.
Hey, Brad Delph's not too far back either, so hey, we might have to throw Brad and Olivia. We'll throw Brad and Olivia out there. Sorry, Olivia, I did see you in chat. So Olivia's going to come out here racing with the guys. We'll just do that. Why not? All right.
He's trying to get back to the outside, but he had a moment coming off of turn 2, so lost a bit of momentum there. Couldn't have the run on the outside.
14 to go. It'll be 13 to go. This coming up. Time by. Whoa. You get a little hairy up front. Looks like Mark Emery and Jeff Gilmore doing a little bit of pickling back here. That'll be for 9th. But we're not done yet, folks. We've got 13 laps left to go. Door to door, 1377. 13 comes around. 21 going to try to get around the 77 now. 12 and 2 going at it. Roy and Sheets door to door. Golly. It's go time.
Yeah, Zach really trying to get separation now from Whitley, but down on the bottom lane. Sheets now trying to decide which lane to go with. He chooses the bottom, trying to give that push to Zach, but has that arc entry into the corner. So Kyle Heath trying to defend both lanes that could possibly materialize a run. Mark Whitley looking to the inside of Kyle Heath. Bit of arrow loose. I don't think he touched him.
That was a nice save by Kyle, though. Wow,
Heck
that
of a
was.
save.
Whoa, no!
Oh,
Zach going down across the grass. Oh, no, he did not go across the
he
grass.
saved it.
He saved
He saved it.
Good save. Wow. Golly, that was incredible. Keith Hurlbut out in chat. Keith, tough not here tonight for the number 19 machine. Hey, Keith, man, I hate it. I hate that you had a bad night out here tonight, buddy. Chris Paff, Kevin Roy. Looks like Chris going to make the pass over Kevin. Austin Slayers trying to slay it back up at least into the top 5 here where he started. Currently running back here in 8th. Jeff Gilmore's under fire here by Mark Emery. Ooh. Had to jump up here real quick because Zach and Whitley. Ooh, Zach. Oh, Zach. Oh, Zach. Oof.
Yeah, it looked like Zach trying to go around the outside of Whitley through 1 and 2. Had another wiggly moment on the exit.
Yeah, it looks like Mark.
Now Whitley crossing him up.
Yeah, man, it's heating. It's heating up here, but, you know, the more they do battling back here, you know, the further Kyle and Brandon can break away from everybody. And, you know, a good possibility that, you know, they got to keep racing it up, though. Looks like Mark Whitley is going to get a little bit of a gap now over Zach and Brad, but it's not. Whoa! 14 and 22. Wow, 22 was coming up on a 14. Brad was trying to figure out what line he was going to be, high or low. Good thing Brad did not go up any further. That would have been bad. However, Brad, very knowledgeable of where that car is about 99.9% of the time. So that other 1% is usually caught up in something.
Good battling back here. Kevin Roy getting by Austin Slayers in the 43. So 7th and 8th position right there.
Yeah, we've got 8 to go. Yeah, 8.
Yes, 8 to go. 7 at the line once they get it. So that lead.
73 is done for it. He's still in the race lobby, but he's on pit road. He's done for. He's been on pit road 75 minutes. So, yeah, he's done. He's not going to come back out here. He's probably keeping an eye on the race is what he's probably doing.
Ooh.
Yeah, Zach.
Another bobbly moment for Zach on that outside exit of 2. Whitley now caught back up to the 2 and 13 machines. He taking it down low, downstairs, see what he can gather. Separation now from the 2 and 13. He gets by.
Yeah, he gets
Brandon
by.
Sheets.
Look
now
at
Brandon going to give him a bump. Yes, down the straightaway here. That's going to give him the momentum to carry that downstairs in turn 1.
Yep. Oh, a little bit of a crossover.
Yep.
Oh!
And Kyle's there. Kyle's to the door. Now side by side down the back straightaway. That momentum that Kyle was able to carry, even though he crossed him up.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was excellent crossover. I enjoyed it. That was beautiful. What you love to see.
Coming to 5 to go here, folks. And as Gomez out in chat saying about to get good. Oh, it's been good out here tonight.
Coming up to the 01, I believe, lap machine.
01. That would be Lewis Mitchell. Yeah, Lewis, he going to pull it off to the
Lewis
side.
yes.
He's
And
like,
then the 01 of Lewis Mitchell. Excellent.
yeah,
So
much respect to Lewis. He's pulling it off, letting everybody go by. He's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be the part of wrecking somebody or wrecking the leaders. Well, Kyle
So
Heath,
Whitley
man.
looking to the inside, coming off a turn 4. 4 to go at the stripe. Brandon Sheets says, go ahead. And going to get a run. Looks like he going to give a push. Bit of a beach bubble arrow push to the 13.
Well, we're going to find out.
So,
We're 4 to go. It'll be 3 to go next time by 77. Trying to get the run on the inside. Could not do it. He's right behind the third man. This is heating up front, heating up in the back right here. Chris Papp, Brad Delph, Kevin Roy. Oh, man, 14 right there, right at the left rear of the 22. But there was no touchy there, so I think we're good here. Oh, golly, here we go.
77 looking downstairs yet again, Kyle.
Yep.
He's giving no other option but to try to pass me down low if your car can hold it.
Oh,
a little bit of a side draft from corner entry. Now Zach Deutscher back up here. He is back in the fray of things. But, oh, look at Chris Pratt. Man, Brad.
Oh, no!
Contact is
Save
made.
it, Chris! Save it! Save it! Oh, caution is out. Oh!
This will carry over into overtime. Green-white checkered attempt. And, man, excellent racing from these SRU Cup Series competitors this evening.
Oh,
as
man.
we get a look here.
All right.
Going through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, we're going to check it out. It looks like the 22 was getting loose there. 14 was right there. Yeah, 22 was loose, and the 14 was right there, and then just got into him. I mean, just nowhere to go. I mean, you're full speed ahead, and just unfortunately did send Chris around. Chris did keep it off the wall. That is a big plus of that, you know. So, but nevertheless, that's kind of, you know, that's what happened. Caution comes out, and, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'll just keep it at that. All right, well, I got to get everything set here. 3 green-white checkered attempts, GWC 1 of 3. I do believe it's 3. So we are on a GWC attempt 1 of 3 here tonight. All of the interviews are completed here. Now what do you do? Do you pit? Do you stay out for track position? Well, it looks like everybody for the most part here, from what I'm seeing, is pitting. Zach Duchier, that's what I call him. It's actually Deutscher, but I call him Duchier because, you know, that's what I've always called him. He is actually going to stay out, as well as Brad Delph, David Cassidy, Mark Emery, and I believe that's it. I'm trying to make sure that that's it. Yeah, they are all staying out. Boy, this is going to be interesting.
Well, good chance that, you know, a couple of these drivers could be out of tires because of the prior incidents that they were involved in earlier in the race. So they could just be on, you know, what you got is what you got type of strategy. You know, the bed that you have made, you're laying in it. So that could be the case. And then the others, like I mentioned earlier before, had kept a set of tires just laying in the pits, waiting for the right moment. This could be the right moment. But,
I got to see here. Let me check it out on our pit stops. 14-4 for Kyle. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these drivers back here might have had a set of tires left because, you know, a 14.5-second stop, you know, usually that's a sign of where they're taking fuel and getting tires. I'm sure they had the fuel, but now they definitely have the fuel. Probably some of these guys have the final set of tires. So now we're gonna see kind of what happens here under this GWC attempt. So Gomez out there. It's not chess anymore. It's global thermonuclear war.
Well, you almost would have to agree with him. These
Yeah.
drivers are going to try to get all that they can get on this first attempt, and sometimes that's going to be a little bit like what we've seen a little bit. That hard racing turns into that rough racing when you start making contact. So we've seen that a little bit this evening. So where you might get to see it a bit intensify here.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I want you to go ahead and get us going here. I'm going to step away real quick. Zach Duche, Brad Delph up the top here. Get us going, Will.
Yes, first green, white checkered attempt this evening. Got to remember the front four. So the first two rows did not pit under this caution. So the first cars will be the 13 and 2 with what we presume to be fresh tires. Zach Deuscher, Brad Delph on the front row. Welcome back. David Cassidy, Mark Emery on the second. Green flag out in the air.
Oh, man. This
kind
is
of a poor start by the 21. Might have spun his tires. Cassidy could have done the same thing. He gets out the way immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, they all funneled up. I believe there might have been a small contact.
Yeah, man,
Brad
we got
Delph
action. All right. Oh,
No!
no!
Contact was made. Whitley got into the back of Emery,
Oh.
and the two marks came together. That sent Emery down the track, collected the two car with the fresh rubber. And he was the first one on fresh tires making some moves. And
well, man, we're gonna check it out right here and figure out. I seen Mark go around. Actually, I think I see Brandon go around, but it was back here, same area, folks. Right there is where the 77 shoved the 4, and right there, that sent the 4 right down into the 2. Brandon Sheets just nowhere to go. Wrong place, or wrong time. That's going to collect the 2, the 477. It looks like a little bit of hiccup down here between the 12 and the 5. Oh, I think the 24 with nowhere to go here. Got into the back of the 5, but they did manage to keep it straight. Golly. Well, GWC attempt dos here tonight. That would be number 2 for everybody that don't speak Spanish. And I don't speak Spanish either. I just know my numbers.
well, I think I know 1 through 10. I think. Anywho, let's that whole nother subject. But yes, indeed, attempt number 2 going to be underway this evening here at Michigan.
Yep.
And just that close, hard racing has produced some spills and thrills.
Holy smokes.
For some competitors.
Try not to interrupt you here, Will, but I always try to take a look at chat and especially the likes and everybody watching. We got 25 watching right now, 24 likes. We're 1 shy from that 25 like mark here. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in and hitting that like button. Of course, SRU and Robbie and everybody, they, like I said, they watch it, they go back, they read the comments. So a big shout out to the fans out there here tonight. Of course, Harpoon Design sponsored the series this season. A big shout out to them. So, and Robbie, big shout out to you, Robbie, for everything you have to deal with. So, Robbie, we're kind of running SRU there. Well, not kind of running. He is running SRU this season. So, right now, really can't, run it tonight as Robbie's having some technical issues, but Robbie, big shout out to you, man. I know you have your hands full, but so go ahead, Will. I'm sorry, I just had to get my shout outs there.
Oh no, you're good. I was just kind of chuckling, laughing at the chat a little bit. It is okay to lift if you find yourself in the necessary predicament to lift a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, race another lap, hopefully, or at least down the straightaway into another corner. Full sentiment, wholeheartedly agree.
I'll wreck Robbie for a
Sometime-
Klondike bar, so you know. I had to say it. I can't go a race without saying it. Sorry.
What would you do? Hoo-hoo.
For a
But-
Klondike bar.
Exactly. So, interesting restart. I do anticipate coming up here.
Oh, man. Brad Delph. All right, let's see here what we got. So we got Brad Delph and Zach Duchier. They have not pitted yet. They've been out here 33 laps. Kyle Heath, Mark Whitley, Austin Slayers. We got to go all the way back to Philip Richmond, who's in 8th. Of course, he pitted as well. But right behind him or beside him, it's David Cassidy. He has been out here 33 laps as well. And Mark Emery, too. So Mark didn't pit either. Man, we got a mix-up up here. This is going to be... just like the GWC attempt 1, GWC attempt 2 is just going to be as crazy. So, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Robbie. Oh,
For
man.
nuclear warfare movies, I think it's called The Day After.
Something like that. All right. Well, hang on. Hold your thought on that because we're about to get going here, Will. So,
Yes,
hold your thought.
Brad Delph going to lead him down on the inside. Zach Deutscher on the outside.
Coming into the Geico start zone here. They got to go on green. Here we go. Green is out, and green-white checkered attempt number 2 underway here tonight. Kyle Heath looks like did get around Zach here. Now, Zach, one of those drivers that did not pit, so his tires are probably not the best. Kyle Heath in the 13. He has got the fresher tires. And here we go. We got to get to the white flag here, and we're not going to do it. What happened back here in the back? Oh, and it took me directly to the 77 of Mark Whitley. So what happened back here?
I want to say 21 could have got loose off the corner.
Yep, we're looking at
and
that.
Overcorrected into Whitley.
Let's look at it here. Yep. Oh, yeah, he did. And right up into the 77. And that sends a 77 down. Did everybody make it through that? It looks like they did. Holy smokes. Whoa. Yep, everybody, it looks like, made it through that. So, yeah, that's what happened. All right, well, we get set for the final GWC attempt.
And got to remember, if there is another caution before they get back to the stripe, race will end under caution.
Yes,
So,
yes. And we have
Yes,
officially hit that 25 like mark. Sorry, Will, I just wanted to let
no,
everybody know that. Yeah, 25 likes. Man, awesome. I love it. Seems like every week it gets bigger and bigger, keeps growing, and that's what, I love to see. So, thank you all for that. We got, like I said, 26 right now tuning in. I think we were up to 28 just a second ago, but, man, awesome. 24, who is that? That's Jason. So he's going to get one of his laps back here, and that's going to put him, unfortunately, still 10 laps down. Unfortunately, he is not going to be able to get any more of his laps back. Because coming down to the wire here, we get a caution now after green. Well, that's it. Like you said, Will alluded to just a second ago, that'll do it,
Yes, indeed. You don't want to see it. You would really hate to see it, but you know, that's part of motorsport at times, part of racing. You know, sometimes the contact can and will be made. So Austin, though, in that 43 machine, setting third place, could be in the catbird seat to take a win away here this evening from someone who's, you know, been racing the entire season, perhaps, or more than him, I should say. He very much newcomer to SRU, 3 months. He said earlier, do believe on to the iRacing platform, you know, on PC, the sim. So
now I got
very different. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question for Robbie real quickly, and I know Austin's brand new here. Now I know he's not been racing the entire season, so I'm assuming that if he, say, does win tonight, he's technically still not locked in, or is he locked in because of that win? I'm just kind of curious, Robbie, because I don't know how you do the most races, or if you have to race a limit, or what you're doing really this season. So just kind of your thoughts on that, on what you think. Hey, my brother finally tuned in here tonight. He's usually the first one. Okay, so no, he cannot be in the playoffs, but that does not take away the fact that the 43 can still bring it home into victory lane.
Right, exactly. He is still fighting for a win like everybody else, all these other competitors. It just, it would mean more so to one of the more so full-time drivers. But still, win is a win.
Yep, 75%. You have to race 75% of the regular season in order to get in with a win. So if you have a win and then you race 75%, you're in. If you have a win but you don't race 75%, you got to get in on points. That's the way it works. Well, I got my notebooks.
Lights are out on the pace car.
I got my notebooks and stuff ready for hopefully next season, Robbie. Just letting you know. Little hint, hint. All right, here we go. Get us going.
Kyle Heath, Brad Delph. More so fresh tires on the inside than the outside. So let's see what type of. Oh, green flag out in the air.
Yeah, Brad.
What a sprint by Brad Delph.
Yeah.
So not sure if that's questionable or full-time legit. So at the moment, it's a legit restart.
Yeah.
Kyle Heath on the line.
Yep, he's going to shoot it down to the inside. He has the fresher tires of the bunch. Here comes Slayers up to third. Can he grab a podium here? Kevin Roy on the outside. We're going to head down here, folks, to the white flag. Oh, golly. Oh, getting really dicey back there. Oh, my gosh. White flag in the air, 1 to go.
Austin's got to get by Kevin Roy. Kevin Roy's one tough customer to get a pass on in the late stages of a race. And excellent run as well by Kevin Roy to have himself in position right now.
Yeah, Kyle Heath is trying to break that draft off
look
the
at
12.
the run he's got. He's got to run.
Yep, he does. He's shooting down to the inside, Kyle to the outside. We're going to have a battle here for the win, folks.
Look at this.
Oh, my gosh. Who's got it? Who's got it? Who's going to have it?
Coming back side by side.
Roy. Kevin, I think Kevin got it, but let me rewind it here.
A splitter, a bumper maybe.
Oh,
if that.
Golly. Let me rewind it here, get a chase view. You're bleeding through again, buddy.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are. Oh, man. All right. I think Kevin got it, but I want to make sure. Oh, dadgummit, I keep hitting the wrong button. Let's see here. Right. Yeah, Kevin got it right there. Barely by a nose. Not even a nose, man. It was close. Wow, what a race and what a battle between Kevin Roy and Kyle Heath. And we see Kevin up here burning it up, destroying the car. But hey, whatever. Kevin Roy wins it here tonight. Kyle Heath, P2. Austin Slayers, P3. We're going to get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show. Hang tight, folks. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back. We have caught up with the top 3, and I know this guy right here in the 1-5 Studios broadcasting number 12 is probably ecstatic right now. Kevin grabbing the win out here tonight at Michigan with a battle there to the end with Kyle Heath. Kevin, man, awesome job out here tonight, buddy. Talk about, your experience out here at Michigan, your race out here tonight. Yeah, we did have and delved into the green white checkers out here tonight, but man, it was battling all the way through the race here, man. Kevin, talk about it. Mike's yours, buddy.
I'm speechless. To win in this league is everything. And I knew I had a chance. Michigan's one of my better tracks, my favorite actually. And I was hanging with them all night, and I knew I had something for them. And on that last corner, I just had to dive down there, and it stuck. So I was just shaking going to the line.
Well, when you crossed the stripe there at the end, did you think you had it? Did you know you had it, or what was going through your mind at that point?
Oh, I knew it was going to be close. I tried to get up to him a little bit, break his draft, and then I went right down to the bottom, just a drag race to the finish. It had to have been real close. Like 10.
See, I'm looking at it right here. It looks like it was 0.006, so that is 6 thousandths of a second.
Yeah, about the nose of the Camry versus the Chevy.
Man, that was crazy, dude. I mean, we got to talk about, the pit stops here. We didn't get any green flag pit stops, unfortunately, but, kind of, what was your mindset, seeing that we probably won't get any? Was it easier or was it harder to save a set of tires?
That was actually easier. I still had a set left in the pits, so
Wow.
what? Yeah, I went that whole first stage on the same set of tires, so 40 laps, and then I just stopped one more time.
Wow, man, oh man, I gotta say, dude, awesome job out here tonight, grabbing the win. You've been here, you've been racing with them all season, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
You have. So this win's gonna lock you in.
That's just crazy to me. These guys are like the best racers I've ever raced with, man. Kyle and all these guys.
Yeah.
Mark, well, especially Mark. Crazy.
That,
Battling with Mark behind Whitley all night. It's just mind blowing to me.
yeah, man. Oh yeah, it was crazy for sure. Now we got 2 more races left in the regular season, but with this win, 75% of the races are, I do believe, completed. So with this win, it's gonna lock you in to the chase top 16. So awesome job on that. But we got 2 more races. We got the Glen next week. It's actually my brother's favorite road course, so he definitely will be tuning in. I'm sure everybody else will be too. But 41 laps at the Glen, buddy. How do you feel about road course racing? And if you like it or dislike it, what do you think of the Glen?
I absolutely hate road courses, but I can deal with the Glen. I've been racing it a long time. I'll get around and see what happens, and I have absolutely no threat to be top 10 or 5 there.
Man, dude, it just my mind is shot right now. It was insane. If it wasn't for Will being up here in the booth with me, I probably would not have a voice. Okay, so Will jumping in definitely helped. But hey, I'm not going to take away from your win, Kevin. Awesome job out here tonight, buddy. Awesome win. Awesome lock into the top 16, man. Final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate, buddy.
I just want to thank all the guys that race every week, and Robbie for putting on the Cup Series, and my teammates Clifton Ashley and Jeff Gilmore.
All righty, Kevin. Well, go celebrate your victory here tonight. We'll see you next week at your track you hate, but you'll race it. I know you will. At Glen, buddy. Good luck. Go celebrate, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, bud. All right, well, that is going to bring us down here to our P2 finisher, but I can't take anything away from Kyle Heath right now. Kyle, man, P2 finish out here tonight, but it was door to door there with Kevin Roy under the last GWC attempt there. But man, talk about the racing out here tonight. The battles you had to overcome and the battles you had to, go through out here tonight. The Me Marie Designs 13. Man, Mike's yours.
Man, the battle at the end, shoot, the battle of the whole race, man. The whole race was a freaking battle. It was fun. I mean, the past couple weeks been kind of heartbreaking for me, But this week, seeing fresh faces up there, dude, this race, I literally had a smile on my face this whole race, actually, because it was a good race, but also kind of bittersweet because I cannot get a win here at Michigan to save my life. I've lost to one of my old teammates here, a couple of seasons ago to a championship race, came second, you know, and then I think last season I lost to Gary, finished second here. I just can't jump the hurdle. And then tonight, I finished second to Kevin Roy, which I had a smile on my face, dude. I was more happy for him than I was even be up there in the top where I was at. It was just awesome. The whole race was awesome. I mean, take it for grain of salt. We had a bunch of cautions and stuff. The way they changed the setup with this car and a couple updates here and there. So the car actually felt a little bit different than the past couple of seasons, but it also kind of felt the same. But I mean, even we had newcomers coming here.
Yep.
Austin, he finished third. Congrats to him. First race with us. Get that podium finish. The whole race was just awesome. I mean, even Larry Blair, he was, you know, he got knocked out early in the race, and he watched the whole race. As that shoot, I'm enjoying watching the race, and I am racing the race.
Oh man, it was door to door battle, 3 wide. Didn't have. We might have had like a close 4 wide out there, but it wasn't technically 4 wide. But we did have some 3 wide out there for sure. How was it on the track per se? You know, trying to save that right front and just trying to save your tires in general.
I mean, on cold tires, it was really pushy on cold tires, and then especially if you're behind somebody, it seemed like it kind of helped your car out in a way. But me and Mark Whitley, we had a good battle for a little while there, and I was on his outside, he was on my inside, and but him just like even today's race, I don't know if anybody watched it on TV. If somebody got to your inside, you kind of felt like you were being pushed, like somebody was directly in front of you, and
Yeah.
that's what happened to me a couple of times. That my car all of a sudden it started pushing. Uh, but whenever somebody was directly behind you, your car kind of got loose, and I felt that a couple of times throughout the whole race, and it it makes a big difference. But whenever you're out in the fresh air, your car feels great. But then whenever anybody gets close to you, the wind and the wake of anybody's car around you really makes a big difference. So I mean, you can push it hard and make your car tight, but also if you push it too hard, it seemed like your car really got loose coming out of turn two for me.
So the air kind of played a factor into it. You
Yes.
know, it took air off the vehicle. Uh, it made it looser than normal if you wasn't around anybody. So the air played a pretty good factor then.
Yeah, you can definitely feel your car react differently. Who's on your outside and who's on your inside. It really did make a difference.
Well, man, looks like Michigan is your kryptonite, man. Hate to say
Yeah,
it,
definitely.
but it is, man. But you'll get it. You know, there'll be a race come time soon that you'll get Michigan. I have a feeling it's coming. And when it comes, dude, I don't know if you're going to be able to even talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, throughout the whole night, I'm just happy. I'm happy to see, different drivers up front. That's the main thing. Seeing different drivers up front, kind of mixing things up, which is a pretty good sight to see. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
Mark Whitley, he's he's a fast driver. Much respect for that. But for other drivers out here to be able to be up front, mix things up, to me that's a big plus. At least for the league, and then for people who's watching. I mean, I think to myself, even in NASCAR, like Jimmy Johnson, winning and winning and winning and winning, it kind of you know, it's it kind of gets kind of frustrating is just to see, you want to see somebody else win.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying there. Well, we're not done yet. We got a couple of races left in the regular season here tonight. Here, for season 14. But the Glen next week. How do you feel about the Glen? I know you're pretty good at road course racing.
Yeah, yeah. I say I'm a road course ringer. I really enjoy road racing. I've been doing a lot more of that now racing here lately than what I usually do, and it'd be nice if the Cup Series and the official races was at the Watkins Glen to kind of get the extra practice in. But other than that, I mean, Watkins Glen, it's a fun track. It's fast. To me, it feels like a super speedway of road racing, basically. You know,
Oh yeah, yeah. It's got that long back stretch, I guess, if you want to call it, right before the dog
bus
leg
stop.
or the bus stop. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, you definitely could pick up speed there, but you got to watch it because if you got cars around you, you got to be careful because that bus stop, man, can be deadly.
yeah. And one thing about Watkins Glen, I wish they had actually, coming out of turn one, they had a better runoff than what they do. If you go too far out off that rumble strip, you have to slow down and let your you get pretty much like a couple of second penalty
Yeah,
if you go too far wide, which kind of sucks because in real racing, they're able to go out to the damn grass if they want to.
yeah, yeah. I don't watch real racing, so but I get what you're saying. All righty, Kyle. Well, awesome P2 out here tonight, man. The Glen, like I said, next week. Final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P2 spot and, get ready for the Glen, man.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give a big shout out to SRU. I mean, Robbie, he wasn't here tonight. Big shout out to him. It kind of sucks. we had some storms that come through, and they come through our area, Jason's area, and you know, it knocked out his power, but we were able to, you know, to keep it going. Big shout out to our winner, you know, Kevin Roy. I mean, he drove it in there. That was awesome, you know, to see him do that. And, you know, I had a big smile on my face. Just, I don't care, you know, I finished second. You know, that just puts a big smile on my face to see somebody different out here. And our newcomer, Austin Sawyers, he finished third. Big shout out to him to coming in here and made his presence felt. Um, and big shout out to Dave Bush. I don't know if he's out there watching. I hope he is, but big shout out to him. You know, hoping to see him a little bit more often. You know, just if he's not racing, at least come in here. You know, to cuss everybody out. I wouldn't care. And give a big shout out to you, Josh. I mean, I enjoy going back to watch these races. You know, win or lose. You know, bad times I have. You know, I always go back and watch the races and see some of the mistakes that I've made. You know, that's the big thing too.
Yeah,
To
and
kind of
go
prepare
ahead.
myself for a following season.
All right. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna give a big shout out to my wife. You know, she holds this house together. You know, with her MeMarieDesigns.com car. I mean, right now her business is picking up big time, especially for uh, high school football and middle school football starting up. You know, she's doing very well. So I'm happy. I'm happy to see that.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get some money, get something made by her. You know.
Oh yeah, she can definitely make something for real. Because a couple years ago she made me an apron for you know, of course I'm a War Eagle Auburn University, but she made me a grilling apron.
Oh wow.
And yeah. So I need to start using that more often, but I don't really want to. I don't want to get it dirty.
Oh yeah, definitely so.
All right, Josh.
All righty, Kyle. Well, awesome P2. Very close, man. Right there, man. But P2 here tonight. Michigan still being a kryptonite for you. But, hey, you'll get it. You'll get it, man. You'll get the win. But go celebrate P2 here tonight, buddy. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. All right. Well, that is going to bring us up here to Austin. Well, Slayers. I'm just going to call him Slayers here because that's just what I'm going to go with. Austin, man, you, like they were saying, man, you made your presence known already here with SRU tonight. I don't think they really expected you to do what you did here tonight. I know you've got years of experience of racing, but iRacing, you're brand new to it. So, but dude, I got to say, fantastic podium finish. Stage winner in that Thunderbirds U.S. Air Force 43. But talk about it. You know, talk about your runs there, you know, throughout the race and the, you know, the battles there at the end, bud.
Yeah, Slayer is a good interpretation of it because I was slaying those tires towards the end there. I was absolutely burning my tires. I'm still learning how to save tires on iRacing. I know I got short run speed all day. Let me give a big shout out to my spotter, Mike DeWalt. He gave me every strategy that I needed because I'm still learning, and he put me in positions that were perfect. Stage one, or the beginning of the stage, he put me in position to win that stage by not taking tires after the first few cautions, and then taking tires on lap, I think, 28. And then I was able to like just short run speed it to lap 40. And yeah, after that stage was over, I battled with the wall a lot, and my tires, I was just slaying those tires off. Couldn't keep those tires good, but he got me on strategy to save some tires at the end, and I still had one set at the end, and that and his call on the final restart was like perfect. Like we got up into P3 at the end there, and I was pushing, and I ended up making contact with the wall on the last corner coming to the checkered, and couldn't give them nothing for first and second, but man, it was a blast.
Well, sounds like you had a fun time out here, man. We're looking forward to, of course, seeing more of you out here with SRU. You know, you kind of came in late, you know, in the season, but that doesn't matter. I mean, you could come out here what I call playing upset. You know, playing upset with with the drivers, not only that are already locked into the chase, but those that are trying to get in on points. So, taking those stage points away. You did that tonight. So, I wouldn't consider you like an underdog per se. You're what I call an upset driver. And tonight, dude, you were amazing. You were unstoppable, but yeah, that wall can be detrimental too. We've seen a lot of drivers out here tonight hit that wall. Some of them were able to keep it up there, not get into anybody. Others, unfortunately, yeah, kind of come off of it too soon. But how did you manage? You already talked about the tires. I'm assuming fuel didn't really play a factor into your race at all.
Yeah, fuel was not an option for us. We wasn't thinking about fuel before that caution came out. The late caution after the stage was over.
Yeah.
We were able to. Fuel was going to play a part. We were going to plan to pit like lap 72, and then that caution like came out around that time and like saved us from pitting and taking fuel in that last set of tires.
Wow, dude. Wow. So, do I continue to call you Slayers, or do I need to come up with another nickname like Young Gun?
Oh man, I'll take either, but I kind of like Slayer because man, slaying those tires is better than anything.
Slayers. I think Mike out there is saying Slayers too. So I think we're just going to stick with Slayers. Dude, awesome job, man. Amazing finish out here tonight, P3. But we're not done. We got a couple more races left in the regular season, and we also have the chase. We want everybody to come out and race in the chase as well, because that could play a factor, in the championship too. Drivers taking away positions and all that. But the two races left. We got the Glen next week. How do you feel about that race? Road course racing. Are you a road course guy?
Years ago on a console game I was, but with iRacing I'm a little iffy. I feel like Watkins Glen might be a little bit easier than most road courses. I'm more of a speedway and short track guy.
Ooh, okay. Well, the last race of the regular season's Richmond.
Hopefully I can come in and throw some speed and tires out the window at Richmond.
Slay the speed and slay the tires, right?
Exactly.
All righty, Austin. Well, awesome job out here tonight, bud. Like I said, man, these guys over here at SRU, man, they're amazing. They're in a class of their own, and I think you're going to do well over here. You already proven yourself tonight at Michigan. One race. I mean, I know one race. They say one race ain't enough, but I think you showed what you could do out here at Michigan. So we'll see kind of what happens at a road course and at Richmond. So, dude, awesome job, P3 here tonight. Again, man, any final thoughts, shout outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your third place finish here tonight?
I just want to thank y'all guys for having me, and thanks to Robbie who got me in here really late. I mean, I joined a recruitment race and ended up winning it, and he ended up inviting me in and getting me in here. Michigan is top 3 favorite tracks for me. Richmond is top 3 also, so hopefully I can go out there and do some good at Richmond. And yeah, that was a lot of fun tonight. You guys are really fast.
Yeah, they are. They're something else. So this group over here is insane. So awesome Austin here tonight, folks. I mean, golly, dude. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man, other than awesome job, awesome P3 podium finish out here tonight for your first race, man. Go celebrate it. Get ready for the Glen next week, man.
I most definitely will. Thank you.
Thank you, bud. All right, we'll put him up there into the race room and let him chat it up with the guys down there. And it looks like Isaiah Sutherland out in chat here. So, Isaiah, glad to see you out in chat there, buddy. But we miss you out here on track as well, too. So, but Will, man, I got to say, this was a crazy race out here tonight. I don't know, really what else to say, Will, other than, there was a lot of bumping and banging and a lot of side-by-side racing out here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of good hard-nosed racing. It got really rough at times, but when does it not? You know, it is definitely most part of it. A lot of good racing, though. Like you say, I was really pleased with this race at Michigan. Didn't really know what to expect. I really anticipated this race being really good, and it did not disappoint. I don't think, even though they did have some cautions, but excellent finish. So proud of Kevin Roy. It great to see him get a win. Also locking himself into the playoffs in the next coming weeks. So just one to really watch out for, really, because he's a very sneaky competitor. He just rides around. He just lingers. He is there, ever present it seems. But also congratulations to the podium finishers. Kyle Heath had one heck of a race all night. He was really laying it down to Mark Whitley. Those two fought out. Had some good battling throughout the race. Um, Next week, Watkins Glen, that's going to be a whole different list of challenges to face these competitors. So can't wait to see that race either, Joshua. So just overall epic race this evening in Michigan.
Oh yeah, it was it was an amazing race out here. Yeah, Watkins Glen, they're gonna have their hands full, left turns, right turns, braking points, not burning their tires up, not having any types of brake blowout calipers or any of that. I don't even know if that's even possible here on iRacing. I guess if you hit the brake pedal too much on your pedals, I guess you could tear it up, but yeah, Watkins Glen is going to be one of those races that's going to make it or break it for some drivers. If they don't have a big turnout, then it's going to be some great points night for a few of them. If they have a huge turnout like they did tonight, it's going to be a dogfight to see who could get the most points in that race as well. And then Richmond, throwing Richmond right behind Watkins Glen, that race is not going to be easier, any easier. Yeah, it's left turns, but it's a short track. It's going to be quick. These guys are going to be pulling 200 laps at Richmond. So a couple of races left that could go either way for several drivers. I'll have more on how the points stack up next week going into the Glen. And we'll see if maybe we can get somebody to make a playoff picture, for us for next week. I don't know how to do all that. So maybe we can get somebody to do that, before we get into the Glen. That way we can see where the cutoff is, who's ahead by what points, who's down what points, and then, kind of go from there. So we'll see if we can get all that. But, yeah, dude, we got a couple of races coming up that's going to be tough.
Tough indeed. Richmond, man, that short track, very challenging, especially coming out of the corners, going in. That got to find a good turn-in angle, lifting, braking, like you said. Just next two races before the cutoff, very challenging. And like you say, if some drivers choose, I guess you could say, not to show up, that's a big point swing. Good points night for the ones that actually do show up to commit themselves to run those races. So,
Yep. Yeah. Go ahead.
no, just gotta wait and see what transpires. I know tonight at Michigan, it was one heck of a race. No disappointment there. So, just in the coming weeks, Watkins Glen, that they gonna run a pretty challenging circuit. So, in the hills of New York. So, very, very difficult. And then, like you say, the follow up at Richmond, 200 laps, man. That is such a challenge.
Yep.
Just very difficult on corner exit of both turn 2 and turn 4. So, and then you got to remember that the front straightaway isn't kind of too straight. You're got that wheel about, maybe that 11 to 10 degree angle. So, list of challenges coming forward.
Oh, yeah, definitely so. Well, we're going to get down here to the unofficial results, putting in the admin stuff they have to do here tonight. But what an amazing race they had here at Michigan. Kevin Roy going to grab the win out here tonight. Awesome win by Kevin. Kyle Heath right there, nose to nose with him. And Michigan going to be his kryptonite again, finishing P2. But, man, Kyle, hey, that was an amazing battle there with that number 12, dude. Don't just keep your head up, man. Man, P2. Austin Slayers, just calling him that. Coming in, grabbing the stage from these guys, grabbing a podium finish in third. Awesome job by Austin here in his first race with these guys. Man, amazing, amazing. Chris Paff will grab a P5 spot in fourth. Philip Bridgman in fifth. Jeff Gilmore sixth. Mark Whitley 7th, David Cassidy 8th, Mark Emery 9th, Zach Douchier will finish in 10th. Brad Delph at 11th, Robbie Stewart 12th, Brandon Sheets 13th, Jason Adams 14th, Lewis Mitchell 15th, Coleman Spurger, Jim in 16th, Hurlbut Keith in 17th, Paul Buscohen in 18th, Christopher Campbell 19th, and Clifton Ashley in that 20th position. Larry Blair in 21st. A rough night for Larry. But again, our winner here tonight, Kevin Roy. That is going to do it here tonight for MaxspeedTV and the Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series Harpoon Design round number, number 19 here, folks. So we got a couple of more races in the regular season. A big shout out to all the fans out there that tuned in here tonight. 28 likes here this evening. Thank you all so much for that. Do appreciate it. But for myself, Joshua Medlock, and Will Roberts, and MaxspeedTV, thank you all again. Stay safe and have a good night.